Welcome to today's episode of Conversations with Karen and Kat. And I'm Karen Scott Green.
And I'm Kat Hardrick.
And guess what? It's just us today.
That's right.
These two chicks.
How we started, right?
Yeah. So we just were talking about our 2022 and what we want to do in 23. What our plans are for the podcast going forward. Mm-hmm. And we just wanted to just
chop it up.
Yeah,
have a girls moment.
So, what did you do for Thanksgiving?
Okay, so for Thanksgiving, I was with all my kids. My daughter cooked. I only had to cook one thing because everybody who knows me know I retired from cooking. I don't cook anymore. I don't do the spread. Because, for years, my house was the house that every holiday, birthdays, everybody just came out to my place. And I have a big family. Mm-hmm. Not only in number, but everybody's different sizes. Everybody's tall. I'm the shortest. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, right. Exactly. So
she's like 5'8".
Right. 5'9.5". But who's counting? Look, give me them
Obviously,
inches.
You did.
Give me them inches. Look. Give me them inches. But, yeah, my daughter did all the cooking. It was really, really good. She cooked. She threw down. And I was like, because she made some cabbage. Mm-hmm. It's good. I don't know about y'all, but the inflation greens, I went to go buy some greens. Girl, them greens was like $5.
Ooh, don't tell me that. I have to get some for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, they won't be as high for Christmas. But for me, I'm used to 89 cents, 99 cents. You go to the farmer's market, you can get
everything is up.
But it was way high.
Everything is up.
And I was like, yeah, nah. So we wound up having cabbage, but she did a really good job. The cabbage was good. I was like, you almost doing something with your Grammy, because Madea can throw down on her cabbage, girl. So I was like, okay. So I told Fat Girl, I was like, you gonna do Christmas or Thanksgiving, every year? She looked like I retired. I was like, you gotta earn stripes. You can't just retire already. You're a little behind.
That was her first major holiday. Mm-hmm, she said she done. You know what? Right? I don't blame her. Mm-hmm. She got to protect her peace.
Yeah, it was a lot though. Yeah. It was a lot, and she made just enough, so it wasn't like a whole lot
left over.
Right, because you just want to do maybe one day. Mm-hmm. Like me, you'll have another whole week. You got to freeze something or you donate, whatever. I mean, it's crazy, but I'm glad she did that. So it was pretty good. So what'd you do?
We went on a cruise.
Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. So
7-day cruise. It's not the same itinerary that we were supposed to take in June.
Okay. Because what's the backstory?
So the backstory is in June, we were my family and I, my husband and my younger 2 sons, were supposed to take a cruise out of Miami, I think it was. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we were going to some Caribbean spots. Mm-hmm. And
some beautiful and hot.
Yeah, goodness. Mm-hmm. And the day before we were leaving, youngest son number 3, tested positive for COVID.
Aww.
And the house had been COVID-free the entire 2 years of COVID. And he had been wearing a mask and everything, all through school for the 2 years. And then school gets out and he went up to Whitewater, he and his girlfriend, no mask, gets COVID.
Get out of here.
So we didn't go.
Right.
And we had to postpone it until, and it was also son number 2's graduation gift and my post-election
release.
Like
woosah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we cruised for Thanksgiving because that was the only time that would work with our schedules. Mm-hmm. And we cruised for Thanksgiving on Carnival Mardi Gras.
Oh.
It's a ship that just started sailing in 21.
Okay. So that wasn't their inaugural. Okay, no. But still new.
Still new. Huge ship. There were 6,000 people on board.
What? Dang.
It was too many people.
Really?
And that was
Did you feel it?
Yes.
Because sometimes cruise ships are so big, you don't feel like it's a lot of people.
We felt it because we had a lot of sea days. And so it was my first time doing a big ship because I'm used to smaller ships. And I could say that big ships aren't for me.
Right.
So I will go,
smaller ships with a smaller crowd.
And I can also say that is my last time cruising with my kids.
Ooh,
story time.
What happened?
Son number 2. son number 2, who's in college. We were leaving on Saturday morning. We're supposed to be leaving for the cruise on Saturday morning.
Don't be embarrassing my boys now.
I didn't say his name.
Oh, okay.
I did not say his name.
All right. All right.
But son number 2, the middle boy, had a flight coming in on Friday night. He's supposed to have been coming in to Atlanta. And then we were going to fly out Saturday morning. His flight was at 7-something. So I call him at 4 o'clock to say, hey, have you called your Uber yet? And young man was doing laundry.
At 4?
Was getting ready to start his laundry.
And he had to catch a plane when?
Catch a plane.
The same day?
Yes, at 7 o'clock that evening. So I said, honey, you're not going to make a flight.
Right.
You need to be at the airport.
Right.
By 5 o'clock for your 7 o'clock flight. I'm just going to do one load. I said, babe, it takes 40 minutes to wash and an hour to dry. You're not going to have enough time.
He must have a new washing machine where you can...
It's the ones in the dorms. So I'm checking the app. 5 o'clock, no movement. 6 o'clock, no movement. I say to my husband, he's going to miss this flight.
Uh-oh.
Flight's supposed to take off, I think it was 7:25. 7:10, he calls me, Mom, I don't think I'm going to make this flight. You think?
He was still at his
He was still at the dorm.
At 7:10?
Yes.
Did he wash his clothes? At least did he accomplish that?
He got the clothes washed because he didn't. Yeah, he got the clothes washed.
Right.
So,
girl, wait a minute. So what you do after that?
I told my husband I wasn't dealing with him.
You passed him over on brother.
Yes, I did.
You passed him over on my brother.
I did.
Mr. Green.
I did. So, Honey Bunny gets son number 2 a flight leaving out at 5 o'clock in the morning to meet us in Atlanta because we had a flight to go from Atlanta to Orlando. We were flying out of Port Canaveral.
Did he make?
So
girl.
I tell son number 2, go to the airport after midnight so that you can sleep in the terminal.
Post up. Right.
Okay, Mom, I will. Exact words. So me, being the mama that I am, starts calling at midnight.
Girl.
He's not picking up the phone. So every 15 minutes, I'm calling. Ring. Well, phones don't ring anymore, do they?
Right.
I'm calling. And he's not picking up. So I did that for about an hour. I said I'm going to wait till 3 o'clock because maybe he's just going to get up at 3
in the morning. Yeah.
I'm calling at 3. He's not answering. So I'm calling. I keep calling. He finally wakes up and answers at 3:45. He doesn't call the Uber until 4.
What time was the flight?
5:25.
What happened to being at the airport 2 hours early? Even an hour.
So he calls the Uber. And guess what? He gets the Uber. There's 2 long trains on the way to the airport. So guess who missed not 1, but 2 flights?
Did y'all make it? Well, obviously you did. You went on the cruise, but how did he?
We made it. He missed the flight that we were going to all be on together. Honey Bunny had to get him a flight from, because they put him, Delta did take care of him in that they put him on a different flight.
All right, go Delta.
So Delta puts him on a new flight, but it gets in after we're leaving. So, forgot this part. As we are at the gate and we realize he's not going to make it to Atlanta in time, Southwest, I'm calling you out.
Wait, don't hurt me with Southwest.
Yes, girl. I did. Yes, I will. Southwest, we tell your gate agent in Atlanta, son number 2 is not going to make this flight. He's missed his flight coming in, but he's going to be on the return flight. So we're letting him know so he don't cancel the second half of the ticket.
Correct.
He asked for his name, took his name. We get him a ticket to get down from Atlanta to Orlando on Delta. So we had to pay additional for that. So as we get off the plane in Orlando, Honey Bunny, husband,
so cute.
gets an email saying that son number 2 was a no-show.
Girl, stop.
So they canceled the entire flight.
Did you get your money back?
No, we have not.
Wow.
So yeah, Southwest.
Why would they cancel the whole?
Because they said he was a no-show. And so I called the number and I said, well, I called the customer service and I said, well, we told the gate agent.
The first leg, he was going to miss the flight.
He was going to make it on the second leg. And they said, well, next time, call.
How am I supposed to know the next time number? Girl, bye. They have to do better than that.
Yeah, you do need to do better.
You have to do better than that.
So, but he got down there to Orlando, but we ended up having to buy a ticket for him to come back to. So
this is a good learning experience. What did he learn from this? To set an alarm?
You would think, right? You would think.
Uh-oh. What else?
So after we had to buy 2 additional plane tickets because he missed 2 flights, I told him that he had blown his transportation budget for the rest of for the remainder of the school year. And he was going to be on a Greyhound.
Oh, I was actually about to say bicycles. He's going
to be on a Greyhound. So coming back for Christmas break, I got him a Greyhound ticket. Well, Honey Bunny got him a Greyhound ticket. And
girl, what you about to say?
I'd be damned if he didn't miss it.
He missed the Greyhound bus.
He missed the Greyhound.
Now, come on now, you joking. Wait a minute. You punking me, right? What's that, Ashton Kutcher?
No.
Are you kidding me?
He missed the Greyhound. And
wait a minute. Are the times y'all picking times that he doesn't?
It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. He finished his exams at like 11 or something.
So what did he do?
Like
go back to bed?
No. He looked at the app as far as how far the bus station was, and it was 15 minutes away from campus.
I can't laugh at my boy.
So he figures, it's 15 minutes away. Say if the bus was leaving at like 5:25, I think it was, or something like that. He calls the Uber at like 5 o'clock.
So just the planning piece like that.
Yes.
Like to try to gauge.
Yes.
Right. He just needs that piece.
Yes.
Because he was trying.
Yes.
In his head.
This is what happens.
He did a great job.
But this is what happens when you shuttle your kids everywhere and they have no concept of time, because mommy and daddy, me and Honey Bunny, have been transportation, and we got them to and from everywhere.
I remember, and that is a long time ago, I had this game, and what made me start my game invention was my oldest said one day that he wanted us to go out to eat to do something. And I was like, boy, nobody have money for that. And he's like, yeah, you do. Just go to the telly. And I was like, we have to do something for that money to get in the telly. And then that's what made me realize I needed to teach my kids more about the journey of a dollar, right? And so... right, we take for granted that
our kids know about the value of time and how to
time management.
Yeah. So that was my Thanksgiving. But he made it on the cruise. We had 7 days.
So he made it to the cruise out of all of that.
And
that's good.
So we had 3 excursions planned. He made one of them.
Girl, wait a minute. He still was late when you got there?
No.
He's late to activities is what I'm saying.
No, he didn't. He just didn't go. He slept.
So let me ask you this. So I know that your excursions, when you get off the cruise, you land and you tour and everything, girl. Did you like hook him to your wrist to make sure he made it back so y'all would leave?
No, we were all together on the one excursion he did.
Okay.
Now, son number 3 got sick on the cruise. And
seasick?
No. Well, he got a little motion sickness, but he got like there was so many people who had like COVID, the flu, or
really?
cold. Yeah, it was a lot of people.
What was all about that?
It was a lot of people getting on the boat knowing they have symptoms and you know, and so he got sick on the cruise, but he's the first one. He's always he's fine. He's always the first one of us to get sick. So he was sick on the cruise, but he made every excursion. He got
that's right. He's like, I ain't missing this.
That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said. So
I need to have me a good time.
We went to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and Grand Turk.
Okay.
And he got up and went to every excursion. He
was himself.
He was
that's
like,
good.
He's like, oh no.
Aww.
He's like, I'm getting up. We're like, why don't you rest? He got up.
Maybe you know what, you got to put some pictures up. Maybe when we do this, you put some, if you have some that you want to share.
I do.
Yeah, some beautiful
I could
sites.
do that.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun.
I could do that.
Let everybody know all
We've got some
stuff,
pictures.
girl. Yeah,
I could do that.
Good.
So yeah, we had a good time. So that was our Thanksgiving, and then for Christmas.
Now wait, you left out of Florida, right?
Yes, out of Orlando.
Oh, were you able to go visit any of your family?
No,
Did you
because
make a pit stop?
Orlando.
On the way back or anything?
No,
okay.
It's south of where.
I know, but I didn't know if you intentionally
when we flew
made a detour.
We flew. Okay. So we were driving, then maybe we could have.
Right.
But so my family is down in South Florida, which is like 3 to 4 hours, about 3 hours away from Orlando. Yeah. So, no, we didn't get to see them, but I will see my family at Christmas. I get to see my sister and my brother and my niece. Great niece, great nephew.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be nice. Yeah. And when you heading out, this coming up soon in a couple of days? Soon. Yeah. Y'all plan on cooking or doing?
We are. We were just getting together the menu. So I'm going to be making some vegan mac and cheese, collard greens. With no meat.
Right.
It's doable.
That's right. I got a recipe for that.
And tastes even better. Smoke is the
key?
Yeah.
Tell me about your secret with the mac, though.
Yeah.
Is it cashew milk, or what do you do?
No. So I use, I'll use almond milk, unflavored. So almond milk, unflavored. I use vegan cheddar.
Wait, when you say almond milk unflavored, you mean like when they add vanilla and all that stuff? So got you.
So unflavored. And unsweetened. So almond milk, the unsweetened almond milk, vegan cheddar, vegan sour cream, so it makes it creamy.
Really?
And and also use vegan Parmesan. And sometimes I might use a little bit of mozzarella. So it's these different vegan cheeses, and it makes it really creamy. And don't ask me what the measurements are, because you know.
I know, girl. Please, you ain't gotta tell me. Listen, you just a dab of this, a dab of that. It's funny. My girlfriend laughed at me because I have this blue bowl, this glass, and this fork. And every time I cook, I have the same blue bowl. I had the same. Those are my measuring.
Okay.
Right. So I know when I put everything in this glass and I stir it and do everything, I have my mixture, and I know that's my measuring cup. So all these measuring tools and all this other stuff, you may have, but I don't use. Okay. And like food processors, I really and truly enjoy when I do cook. I enjoy cooking. So I enjoy dicing and peeling, because it's therapeutic for me.
Really?
It is. When I sit there, like my son, my youngest, he can mince up all day long. But I grew up in the kitchen being like the sous chef helping. So I just enjoy it. So I could just sit there and cut onions, potato, whatever you need, and just sit there, peel. It's just, or when I make peach cobbler from scratch and doing my peaches and doing all this stuff. Yeah, girl, I think
this girl right here loves a food processor.
Yeah, girl.
She loves a blender. Oh, no.
You like my daughter. She had a food. When I got up, she had everything. I said, you did all that, girl. She pointed to the corner. I said, oh, you cheated. She pointed to a food processor.
That ain't no cheating.
But it's just something about that.
We work smarter, not harder, honey.
No, it's enjoyable for me. So I like that. But y'all going ahead. Y'all doing that vegan stuff.
So
You gonna do a vegan turkey? What do y'all do with that?
No, my sister's gonna do the turkey. I'm the only one vegan, but
So what do you do?
everybody
do
eats the vegan food. For me, I don't do the meat. So like
Gotcha.
everybody's making a little bit of something. So I'm making mac and cheese, greens. Honey Bunny's gonna make his dressing.
Okay.
And I make a homemade cranberry
What's
sauce.
the dressing? What's the dressing? I'm gonna need some recipes on the dressing, brother. Look, I love cornbread dressing.
Yeah,
He, dressing stuff and everybody.
And he does it. Yeah, no. I know. Stuffing is different.
It is. Cornbread dressing.
For those of y'all who confuse the two, they're different.
They're different.
Stuffing is not dressing. But anyway,
and it's cornbread dressing.
Yes, cornbread dressing. Cornbread dressing.
Yeah. Now you make cranberry sauce from scratch.
Yes, ma'am.
Get out of here.
Yes, ma'am.
I like me some cranberry sauce. I'm gonna get something out the can, but go ahead with your cranberry sauce.
The trick is you got to add more sugar to it than what any recipe calls for.
Really?
Yes.
And how does it come out? Because is it fresh?
Yeah. So what happens is, you put your water and your sugar, you let that boil because it gets to like
I feel like I know this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it gets to like a syrupy consistency.
Like a simple syrup.
And your cranberries are in there when they come to a boil, and then as the cranberries start boiling, they'll start popping, and then you take a fork or a spoon and you're pressing them against the wall of the pan, and then it forms into a gel. And then depending upon how you want the consistency, that's how you can let it stay longer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely doable.
And then you strain it after it's if you want to, but some people like to have it thick.
I like it thick.
Yeah.
Oh girl, get out of here. Y'all doing it. How many people y'all gonna have?
There are 13 of us.
Oh, you got a big family. Now, how many siblings you have?
2. One brother, one sister. So it's my 3 sons, oldest son's 2 daughters, and his significant other.
Yep.
My brother and his significant other. Who else? My niece and her 2 kids, and my sister and her significant other.
Wow,
That's actually
so nice.
14.
I don't know. I didn't do the math, but that's going to be nice.
Yeah,
that's going to be real nice.
Being
around family, and the weather's going to be nice too.
It's always nice. It's always nice in Florida. And I left in '94. I've been back every Christmas with the exception of one.
Really?
Yeah, because one year I wanted the younger kids to experience having Christmas morning in their own house. So we did that one year, and then they were like, when we going to Florida? They're like, okay, yeah, we didn't open the gifts. We're going to Florida because we were always in Florida for Christmas. So I was like, okay, that didn't work. And I ended up Skyping we all Skyped and opened up our presents because I shipped my presents home. Before Christmas. So they opened their gifts from us and we opened their gifts at the same time. And so that was nice.
Yeah,
but
that is nice.
That was only one year and that turned out to be a bust.
Well, that's good, and it's good that they remember that and they still want to do it. Because I mean, your baby's not little anymore.
They're not.
Yeah, and they still love that. Yeah.
But
get out of here.
Because I had always said that I would go home to Florida for as long as my parents were around, so that number one, my oldest son, who they helped me raise, I was taking him back home every year. Well, he was back home every time school was out. He was in Florida, and so that was one reason for me going down there. And then when I married my husband and we had the boys.
What you call them? Honey Boo, Sweetie Pie? What you say?
Honey Bunny.
Honey Bunny. Honey Bunny.
When I married him and we had kids, then it was important for me to take the boys down there so that they can have a relationship with my parents and know them. And
that's so important.
And my baby boy told me the other day, because I was having I miss my mama moment. And he said, I have really good memories of my grandparents. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's really important.
So that's our Christmas. So I'll see all of my peoples for Christmas, and going to church on Christmas Day at the church that I grew up in.
Oh, what's the name of the church you grew up in?
It is Mount Zion AME Church, West. It's now called West Park, Florida. But that's a church that I grew up in. That's a church that I was christened in, and that I was also baptized in.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Girl.
So going back home. What you doing for Christmas?
Nice. Girl, eating Chinese food. That is literally our tradition, my family. Because we do so big on Thanksgiving
that y'all chill out.
That we chill out. And we have like a Christmas routine that we all do, and just pig out. We order.
So the restaurants are open on
because not all cultures
celebrate.
Correct. So you go to the restaurants that don't, and believe it or not, they packed. We are not the only ones trying to order Chinese food.
That's true. That's true.
They are completely
There's
packed.
other people who don't celebrate Christmas.
Correct. There are other people who do not celebrate that. You know. So, but I do have a charity event that I have to do on Christmas Eve for one of the nonprofits that I volunteer with at the Women's Center. So we're going to make sure that they have breakfast and lunch and able to open up gifts and everything. And then I'll be with my family on Christmas Day. Yep, girl. So you know,
any plans for New Year's?
Girl, what's that? Ooh, girl, let me. Nah, girl, I ain't gonna do that. I'm just playing.
Oh,
yeah, I ain't doing.
I'm going to. Want to go to watch night service with me?
Sunday night service? We'll see.
Okay. All right.
Yes, we will see.
So, for those of y'all who don't have anything to do or are looking for something to do, and you don't want to go out to a club because that's not your thing
anymore.
Yeah, anymore, or never was.
Right.
You are very welcome to come to New Bethel AME Church, off Rockbridge Road. I think it's 8315 Rockbridge Road in Lithonia, for watch night service and to watch the new year come in and pray it in, praise it in.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
So that's what I'll be doing for New Year's.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Will you be cooking on New Year's Day?
Well, you know I gotta have my black eyed peas.
Is that a thing, huh? I've heard it. I know. Don't look at me like I don't know. I don't do all of that.
She don't know about black eyed peas.
I know about black eyed peas. I don't do it. The black eyed peas, the greens, I don't do that. Don't wash your clothes. I don't do that. I got my Bible. Yeah, girl, I don't do that.
But even if you don't believe in the lore behind it, it's like it has become cultural now. It's not even about the symbolism of it. I think it's cultural. That cause so many of us that are Southern and have Southern roots, that
maybe that's it. You know, I'm from Detroit.
But your people from the South, stop.
But you're saying about what people did culturally.
Yeah.
My family didn't do that culturally. So
Gotcha.
for me, that's not something that I was exposed to.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you're saying, like the whole go to church thing and everybody wear their outfits. Go to church, yes.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the black eyed
like
peas.
New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You go to church. So I grew up in Mount Zion Baptist Church.
Okay.
In Detroit, born and raised through that whole church. Everybody was in the choir. That was like a requirement. When you go to church 8 days out the week, 29 hours out the day. But no, I wasn't raised
Got
on.
you.
So as an adult, that just never
It didn't carry over.
Correct.
So,
but now I've met people who do that, right? And when people say, like you said, the South, and I'm like, I know I'm here, and yeah, my roots are more than likely from the South, right? But I wasn't raised like that.
Got you. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have my black eyed peas and my collard greens and Honey Bunny will probably make some cornbread to go along with that, I'm sure.
Oh, really? Yeah. You make the cornbread from scratch.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
After I showed him.
You just got such a hater.
And anyway, we'll be doing that New Year's Day, and the other tradition that Southern Black folks have is that a man needs to be the first one to come through your door for good luck.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
So
yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard man come in the door, you're not supposed to wash and do laundry, and then you do the peas, the greens, and it's something else. Is it just those two?
That's the only two I know about.
So it's those 4 things.
Yeah.
If y'all know anything else, put it in our comments and let us know.
So, but the man coming through the door, my mother used to always do. She would have one of our church members come through, be the first one to come through the door in the new year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't do that because, first off, hardly anyone ever comes through our front door anyway.
You come through the garage, no look. Okay. Yeah.
So those are what we're doing for the end of the year, and I'm looking forward to just taking some time off, getting some administrative things done for my office, and setting my intentions for 23.
That's right.
So I need to spend some time being mindful about my intentions for 23, because, I know that we both have personal and professional goals that we want to reach.
Yes.
And things that we want to do for this podcast, people that we want to talk to and have conversations with on Conversations with Karen and Kat.
Yes.
So, I want to continue the momentum that we've created in this format and continue to have conversations that are important and are moving the needle just a little bit.
Exactly. Just to piggyback and being intentional and making sure that the messages that we give to the community is something that is valuable, right? And I want to continue to do that, give some clarity.
Yeah.
Give more information about people being able to be free and transparent and open and comfortable with their mental wellness, being more community service driven, having a servant's heart, encouraging people to, like, Christmas Eve, I'm going to be doing something for somebody else, and I know that I'm going to make sure I plug in and continue to do that and hopefully encourage other people to do that. And that's why we're doing this podcast.
Yes.
So we can reduce the gap of resources and people in need and start bridging that together slowly but surely. Because just like what we said with the Southwest, how did you know who to call with the whole airline? Right? Now you lose money.
Yes.
Potentially now that you got to fight to get back. But had you known that, you would have been better equipped. Hopefully everybody, do something for someone else if you have an opportunity to do it. And if you're in need, let us know.
In 2023, be intentional about how you move in this world. If you are not connected to an organization, to a group, to get connected to something
greater than yourself.
Get connected to something, and if that's the only thing that we bring forward or that you get from this podcast, do something that makes a difference in someone else's life. And it could be something small, but that little small thing that you do will have a ripple effect in the people that it impacts.
That's right. Something as small as a smile.
Yeah.
And I want to say that she really is my friend. I really value you and I thank you. And I'm so glad we got this podcast together. Look, don't cry.
I wasn't.
She don't, baby girl. I cry all the time. But yeah, so I mean, for real though, because a lot of times people don't really have the opportunity to give somebody their flowers now to say, hi, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I've texted you before to say.
No, she don't, girl. She don't do that. I'm just playing. No, she cool. But no. So reach out to people.
Yeah. Hey, and if somebody is on your mind that you've been thinking about,
girl,
take this time, give them a call. Not a text, but give somebody a call. Because you may just lift up their day and you just may be the voice that they need to hear.
And that is true.
Yeah. This big waterhead. So,
girl, you and your names will fill me out. You big baby, whatever, yo. That's anxiety. But yeah, so with that being said, everybody take care of yourself. Be kind to one another. And
thank you for joining us in this conversation of Conversations with Karen and Kat.
where we are impacting the world one conversation at a time.
Have a blessed holiday.
Got my head.